First, a confession: there are those folks who haven't really been fans of Scooby-Doo, or for that matter, those meddling kids. Still, the animated dog and his crime-solving crew are around for 50 years, which explains why there's a movie called Scoob. One so inconsequential and flat it doesn't lose much by premiering on a TV screen. Scoob had been destined for theaters before coronavirus intervened. As studios plan to make the only of a nasty situation and feed the appetite for brand-fresh content. It follows Trolls World Tour, which found a receptive audience, within the category of family fare streaming into homes, offering a diversion for people seeking to distract kids for 90-ish minutes, especially if they're going to excuse themselves and go watch something else. Nostalgia aside, the foremost important challenge for this animated movie, lacking the novelty of the live-action versions produced within the first neighborhood of this century, is layering a feature-length plot over the bones of a formulaic Saturday morning cartoon. The film a minimum of mostly meets the challenge there on level, casting Shaggy, voiced by Will Forte, and Scooby, Frank Welker, at the center of a threat to the entire world, because the wire whisked off by a superhero mentioned as the Blue Falcon, Mark Wahlberg, on a huge, messy adventure. There's also a telegraphed message about the importance of friendship, testing the seemingly unshakable bond between the central duo. Directed by Tony Cervoni, Scoob tries to adopt a up-so-far feel, with a cameo by Simon Cowell and references to such things as Netflix and Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg, the latter chosen by the Scooby Gang's Velma, Gina Rodriguez, as her Halloween costume. In terms of voices, Zac Efron and Amanda Seyfried round out the group as Fred and Daphne, respectively, while Jason Isaacs, Lucius Malfoy within the Harry Potter films, sounds rather uncannily like he's channeling Hans Conried the VOI. The voice of Captain Hook because the villainous Dick Dastardly, a sneering person from the Hanna-Barbera stable, now with a military of robotic, lowercase, minions. Other than an introductory sequence that depicts how the key characters met, there's not much new flavor the action. Scooby does speak slightly more clearly than usual, which is sort of creepy, and there are clever moments, sort of a fleeting game of whack-a-mole, also as winking reference to the Hanna-Barbera franchise's long history, including a venue named after original Scooby voice was Don Messick. That's about as inventive as things get, and beyond the improved computer animation compared to the hand-drawn origins, sequences deserve attention are too few and really far between. Granted, Scoob appears more into recycling than reinvention, it's more a snack than a meal, but it does endeavor to make an old concept fresh and funky again in children's eyes. Which may answer the question why the movie exists, but supported the results. Nothing here merits an exclamation point. Scoob is out there for on-demand rental and buy on May 15th.